Get set to go rogue in Texas. We'll update you on who could be heading to the Lone Star State to compete at the Rogue Invitational. That's next on Game Central. Hi everybody, and welcome to another edition of Game Central presented by Guaranteed Rate, the official mortgage company of the Noble CrossFit Games. Just because we are in the off season does not mean that there is a shortage of competitions going on right now. Rich Froning, Tyler Christoffel, Bailey Rail, and Paige Powers headed overseas to Sardinia, Italy to take part in the WOD War for Mori, a CrossFit licensed event. And it was no surprise that they brought home the competition win. CrossFit Mayhem scored a total of 7,335 points to take the top spot on the leaderboard. Mamma Mia was second, and Team On Air took third with 4,969 points. Now, this is the first time that Rich Froning has competed with a Mayhem team in Europe. Now, he has competed in the past there as part of the CrossFit Invitational squad. He was a member of the US team in 2013 in Berlin and again in Madrid in 2015. And speaking of invitationals, the Rogue Invitational is the next big CrossFit competition on the calendar. It takes place in late October at Dell Diamond in Round Rock, Texas, just outside of Austin. And for the second straight year, there will not only be a CrossFit competition, but there will also be a strongman competition taking place at the same time. And the online qualifier for that event was held recently. And for more on who could be heading to the Lone Star State, here's Tommy Marquez.
Thanks, Sean. The Rogue Invitational qualifier, dubbed the Q, gave athletes 4 tests to compete for 5 guaranteed spots at the finals in October. And now that the leaderboard has settled, we have our 10 total qualifiers, and it's an eclectic mix of individual games athletes, team podium finishers, and even some CrossFit Games champions from the teenage divisions. So we're going to start on the women's side, and Manon Angonese, the former national champion of Belgium, takes home the top spot. Manon finished all 4 events in 7th or better to beat out Olivia Kerstetter by just 1 point. The 16-year-old Kerstetter is just over a month removed from winning the 16 to 17 division at the CrossFit Games, and will now have a chance to make her individual division debut at Rogue. Joining them will be Norway's Andrea Solberg, Anikha Greer of Canada, and New Zealand's Bailey Rogers. Solberg finished 27th at the 2020 Games after earning her spot through the Filthy 150 that year. Greer, an up-and-comer in this sport, was a Games hopeful this season before her year was cut short after a score submission mishap. And Rogers is a former Games team competitor back in 2017 before competing at semifinals the last 2 seasons as an individual, finishing 6th and 7th respectively. Over on the men's side, Chandler Smith is on a redemption tour after his season ended at semifinals when he battled through a medical issue. He wins 2 of the 4 Q events to earn his way back to the same event that he finished 5th at in 2019, earning his first career trip to the CrossFit Games that season as well. Fresh off a podium finish in the Affiliate Cup with CrossFit Invictus at this year's Games, Jorge Fernandez is throwing his hat in the individual ring in a big way. He finishes tied in points with Chandler to secure his spot in Austin, Texas, never finishing lower than 4th in any event to hold down 2nd place overall. Scott Tetlow, Jack Farlow, and Tim Paulson are the other 3 men that will be joining them from the Q. Tetlow finished 17th at the 2020 CrossFit Games and finished 11th each of the past 2 years at semifinals. Farlow, a 20-year-old former Games teenage division competitor from Canada, turned some heads at the Atlas Games this year with the 3rd heaviest lift of any athlete in the semifinal barbell complex. And Paulson now gets his first crack at the Rogue Invitational after 6 straight appearances at the CrossFit Games and finishing 23rd this year in Madison. So a good mix of veterans and newcomers making it out of the Q, Sean, and some athletes that could certainly shake things up once we get to Texas.
Thanks, Tommy. And remember that the top 10 men and top 10 women from the 2022 Noble CrossFit Games all receive invites to the Rogue Invitational. There are 5 at-large bids that Rogue gets to hand out, and then the top 5 from the online qualifier. So a field of 20 men and 20 women will be competing at the 2022 Rogue Invitational. That is going to do it for this edition of Game Central, presented by Guaranteed Rate, the official mortgage company of the Noble CrossFit Games. Be sure to check out the first 8 episodes of Miles to Madison. Those are available now on the CrossFit Games YouTube channel. And if you haven't already, be sure to download the 2021 Noble CrossFit CrossFit Games documentary, Fittest on Earth, Next Gen, available on iTunes. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I'm Sean Woodland, and we'll talk to you next time.